Thank you. Oh, I wanted to catch the raccoon, not the grasshopper. Was that crazy? Or was there also a quest? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is that? Around. Ooh. Alright, yeah, I'll take that and donate that to my guild camp place thing. And that rapier. Oh, there's some vines, are there? Is there fire around here by chance? Ow! Okay, how do I... Yeah, okay, that... I didn't think... Okay. I need a way... I wonder if it's a skill. Yep, there it is. Oh. Decay.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Sore.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't know what I did, but I can't lift my arm. That's why I'm not playing currently, because it's uncomfortable to play.
Fair. Trying to figure out... Let's see. I'm trying to figure out... So I'm at this point here where there's all these vines in this village.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you say there's a way that you can conjure fire?
Burn them.
How?
Do the focus light thing.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you.
Now focus... No, yeah, then focus it on the vine.
Yeah.
That is, not the vines. And you have to hold it there for a few seconds. Or just pick a spot on the vines on the fence. Actually on the vines, because your cursor is not on the vines on my screen. And then focus the light with the other button. There you
go. I'm like, I knew there was this way. I just couldn't remember which way it was.
Yeah. So look at that picture I just sent you. That showed up in the beacon box. It got here today. Yeah, interesting. This one is white. is a much longer cord than the one that came with the black one. Meanwhile, a court in LA today handed down a ruling that basically says Instagram and TikTok were created to cause addiction.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of videos today. Basically, and I put this on the topic, but we can talk about it now. Basically, IGNing, right? At this point, IGN. It's okay. At this point, whatever credibility IGN had in the gaming world is pretty much gone.
Yeah.
They are shills. They're paid. It's been proven. But the problem is too, if a game doesn't meet their definition, and basically, i.e., if it wasn't developed by a Western company for a Western audience,
Yeah.
they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Basically, they're like, "What the hell is this?" You know. So they gave Crimson Desert like a 6.
Yeah, like a 6. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna give it. It's a solid 7.5 to 8 for me.
Yeah.
I'm not at 9. I'm not at a 9. I'm certainly not at a 10. I also agree with a couple others that I've seen. Is like doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning Game of the Year. And people always like to compare it to Expedition 33, and I'm like, that's a hard comparison to make.
Yeah.
This is actually more comparable to like an Ark Survival than it is an Expedition 33.
Oh yeah.
But it's a solid 7.5 to 8.5.
Yeah.
And,
For me, it's sitting right now between an 8, 8.5, and that's saying something.
Yeah. And here's the thing: I saw Ko talk about this. I sent you that short where he talked. Once again, what I think has happened is they've kind of gone the wrong way with the marketing. And what I mean by that is, because for one thing, you know, when you finally get to the dragon, like 150 hours plus
My bait
in,
never goes
you don't
unbid.
really get to keep
That's-
it. It's more like a rental.
Would you call
Yeah.
yourself an angler at heart?
But whatever. You know, so it's kind of a,
It's yours.
you know, people are like, oh, it's a bit of a bait and switch. And I can see that. I can see how they would,
Every legendary,
you know,
welcome
go
here
that
anytime.
route.
Sure.
But it's not. It is and it
Nothing
isn't,
finer
right?
than a quiet
Right.
day by the water.
Because you can make the case, well, they didn't say you could permanently ride it, which is kind of dumb. It's a single player game. Just let me ride the fucking dragon.
Right.
There's nothing
you know.
welcome here anytime.
And that's another thing too. I've seen a lot of people going, "Where's the power fantasy at?" It's like, well, they never actually promised the power fantasy. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, my thing is like
What they promised you is a really big world to go explore, and that's what they have in fact delivered.
and they've delivered.
And there are
Well,
places,
and then today,
just like the real world, where if you wander into them, you quickly decide, "Oh shit, I should not be here."
right? Well, then today, the CEO said that like we have plans for DLC, we have plans
Yes,
for
and
multiplayer if the
That's
market wants
not-
it.
That right. The key there is there if the market wants it, and I'm like, who just? But then people are like, they start going on, you know, because as soon as they said the word multiplayer, I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, it's a single player game. At best, you're going to get some multiplayer co-op, which is fine. I just want to play the game with a couple of buddies, right?
Right,
Around
but
Upper Bandits with a
right,
couple
right,
of people.
but
You're
but,
not
but,
going to get this bullshit PvP. Blah, blah. It's not an MMO.
Right.
It's shifted from that. You can't really shift it back that easily. But we'll see. Will that come about? Maybe. I file that under I'll believe that when it happened.
right. Well, and like
does
my
enough of the population really want it? Or do
Right.
they really just not give a shit?
well, and like my thing is like games journalism, and we talked about this on the show a couple of weeks ago about hyperbole, right?
Sure. Well, it lives on hyperbole to generate clicks, and that's part of the problem.
But the
is
the
you get-
other
and it
but-
just sucks.
but the other problem now is that we just
Should probably
take
say one of the other
well,
problems.
I mean, one of the other problems now
And there's
is
a
that
plethora.
is that we take these little, fucking what is going on, sir? Oh. Well, did you shut your door so he couldn't be in your room? Uh-huh. Anyway, one of the other problems now is that these finger quotes journalists take. Why is my door shut? One second.
Okay. Okay, I should be back. At least for the moment.
All right, now that's settled.
Well, that's interesting. Anyway, the problem with... Oh, okay. That's why. Wrong effing cable. That makes sense.
So the problem with games journalism and games media is that they now take these little snippets or sound bites or whatever it is you want to call it, these little sentences and fragments, and turn them into entire 10-minute videos of nothing.
Right.
Or 10-minute, or hundreds of fucking word character count of nothing.
Right.
And people eat this shit up as like it's fact.
A good weapon will
Right.
save your life on the battlefield.
Absolutely.
Searching for a
And
sturdy blade?
it fucking floors me, man. Oh my god. Look at this gas mask. That's a look.
Am I gonna? Oh, yeah.
That's a look. Goddamn.
Searching for a sturdy blade?
Why is this? No. What is that? There's that.
I guess I don't need the St. Halcyus disguise stuff anymore, do I?
Okay. Hang on, I don't have any